Dragon Videos and hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. And once again, we are doing another Hazbin Hotel list. So I decided to throw in a poll in the community and see who wanted to have a hated characters list or a sympathetic characters list. In a huge surprise and a major landslide, people wanted the sympathetic characters. So I'm going to go over some of the top 6 most sympathetic characters in Hazbin Hotel. Characters that have been going through a lot that earn our sympathy and pull at our heartstrings. Oh yeah, and if you had not seen Season 1, I recommend you do so. And beware of spoilers. Without further ado, let's begin.
Can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me just
Okay, I'm not going to lie. Number 6 was a very hard one to choose because there were a lot of factors to consider, both good and bad, in terms of what is going on. But I decided to put Lucifer on number 6, mostly because there isn't a full understanding of the details that go on. Don't get me wrong, he's been through a lot. He's been exiled from heaven. His wife left him during his depression, and he only saw the worst in human beings. That's a terrible existence for anyone to live in, all because he decides to give humanity free will, the same kind of freedom that he never was able to experience at the beginning of creation. So, in some ways, he was a lot like Charlie, naive in terms of wanting to do what's best for everyone. But there's still parts of the story that are uncertain, like what happened between him and Eve? What really happened when things went down in heaven and, of course, the fall of mankind? Even though the dialogue shows he's still guilty about what happened, there are still some things that make us scratch our heads a little bit that hopefully will get clarified in season 2.
can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me just
Now, Serpentius didn't have things as rough as Lucifer, but still didn't change the fact of how sad it was. I mean, he's been trying to get everyone's approval ever since he manifested in hell. And of course, he tries to pretend to be a big, bad, scary inventor just so he could be seen as an equal among his peers. He tries everything, and we've seen that he isn't exactly cut out for the whole villain thing, especially when he pulls off a Saturday villain cartoon routine, especially with his Aggies. And what makes it even more sadder is towards the season finale, where not only does he confess his feelings to Cherry Bomb, but also goes as far as sacrificing himself to face down Adam once and for all. Thankfully, his demise wasn't permanent, but it didn't change the fact that our brave Snake Boy risked everything to save everyone and the hotel and protect its ideals, even if he wasn't on board with them in the first place. He just wanted approval. He just wanted friends. And he finally got it, and now he had to risk his own existence just to keep it safe. Which is why many of us just want to hug that poor snake right about now.
can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me just
I do personally feel bad for Charlie because of what she has to put up with. She tries her best to do everything for her people, setting up a hotel, trying to get it up and running so she could reform sinners and to get them into heaven. I don't know if that was part of a reason why she made that reformation in the first place, but it doesn't change the fact that her goal is, while naive, a very noble one. She just wants best for everyone, but everyone else kind of has doubts about her or never listens to her at all. And it's not like she's trying to be respectful. Even she could fit right into heaven, but they didn't give her the time of day, with the exception of Emily, of course, in terms of her idea. She got shut down left and right, even though she tried to be polite, reasonable, and yeah. But I put it further down on this list because While her father was all the cause of this, she also tries to fix things as best as she could and tries to pull herself together. What's going to happen in season 2, though, will probably make us cry even more on her behalf.
Can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me? Please just
Now, Vaggie definitely is someone we need to give a hug to because she's been living with tons of guilt for being responsible, or one of the few angels responsible for the demise of thousands of demons in hell, those that could have possibly redeemed. And of course, what makes us feel bad for her is the fact that she was punished for one act of mercy towards a child, even though it was a demon. And of course, Lute had to rip her eye and her wings out and practically left her for dead. If not for Charlie, Vaggie probably wouldn't have lasted long. You even feel more bad for her when Adam flat out threatens her to actually end things with Charlie, or her secret was going to be let out. You feel really bad for Vaggie because you know she's not a malicious person. True, she shouldn't be keeping such a big secret from her partner, but at the same time, you can understand why. She just wanted to protect Charlie, and she wasn't even sure how Charlie would respond to her being an angel all this time. Vaggie hates of what she represents, and she was the only one who questioned what they were doing was right. And as an end result, she became a better person and wanted nothing more than to support Charlie's dream, even though she still struggles with that. She's slowly healing, but it's going to be a long while until she can be probably forgiven for most of her past. Because even though the rest of the hotel has accepted her, I'm pretty sure in season 2 there may be some bumps in the road for her when it comes to the other residents, especially when Velvet and Vox are involved.
can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me? Please just
Husk was definitely coming off as very cold and unfeeling in the beginning of the series, feeling like he doesn't care about anyone else. However, when we learn about his small past, or the small information about his past, he used to be an overlord and got too carried away with his powers up to the point where he made a deal with Alistair. As a result, he is living under Alistair's thumb. It's nothing too severe, but he does have to deal with Alistair's taunts day in and day out, and sometimes doing tasks that he doesn't like being dragged into. Hopefully, Husk can be able to break away from his master's power. At the moment, though, he's just living in regret and slowly healing as the story progresses.
can give you everything you need. Do you want to hear me? Please just
I cannot stress this enough. Angel Dust needs a hug. He's been through so many miserable events, both in his life and afterlife, that it's only fair that he could use some sympathy from all of us. Mostly because that he's been dealt with nothing but bad luck. So before the series happened, he used to work for a family system, if you will, resulting in him having to take down anyone who stood against his crime family. So, as a result, he was always doing everything he could, from thieving and addictions, in order to get through and survive. It doesn't exactly help in the time period that he was in that he was a gay man, and that sort of thing was heavily frowned upon during the 1940s and 50s, so there was that. And of course, after dying of overdose, he winds up in hell and being served under, or serving under, the infamous Valentino, one of the three V's. And it doesn't even get better from there. He's been abused 6 ways to Sunday, beaten silly on a daily basis, and to make matters worse, when you see the music video Poison, It gets more painful as you learn about the work environment that he is trapped in. Out of all the characters that deserve redemption, he's by far the most worthy of it. He shows that he is a nice guy underneath it all. It's just the situations have never been fair or kind to him. I mean, raise your hand if many of you want him to just finally be happy after years of suffering in his own plane of existence. Which is why I put him at number one, because he's been the worst to suffer every misfortune possible in terms of a mortal human being. So these are my thoughts, and I just want to hear yours. Who do you think deserves our sympathy and a bucket full of tears? Do a like, subscribe. This is Dragon Videos signing off.